Hi YouTube. Here's my little solar setup in the back. Each panel is 250 watts. I live in North Texas and the time right now is about 2:30. We're in October. Here's a Runhood sitting on top of the Blue Yeti AC500 and the B300S batteries. But right now, what I've done is I've disconnected one of those two solar panels because that would generate too much energy to go into the Runhood. I just have one of those solar panels right now hooked up to it. Again, the solar panel was 240 watt output. Right now, again, mid-afternoon, it's creating 141 watts of power, 142 watts. So that's well within the limits of what the Runhood can handle as far as charging goes. And you can see it's going to take about another hour to charge the two batteries that are in there right now at 71%. So it's doing pretty good. I did want to mention that the fan is running pretty good right now. I don't have a decibel reader, but you can hear the fan going, and all it's doing is has input from the solar panel. So I guess that input is generating enough heat to cause the fan to kick on. Here's a video showing that this does support pass-through charging. Turn on the AC and hit this lamp. There we go. 165 watts. Still generating 139, 140 watts of input. And still charging. Okay, we're going to see if it's got any UPS on this, uninterrupted power supply. So I'm just going to pull the solar off the power unit. And the light's still on. So yeah, it does provide UPS. It didn't even flicker or anything. It may have dimmed a little bit. Let's see. No flicker, no dim. Looks good. It's recalibrating the input. And it'll fire back up here in a second. It says discharging, but it's not actually charging. Let me see if I turn off the output here. Strange. For whatever reason, now it's just showing 4 watts input. I'm going to go disconnect one of the leads on the solar panel and then see if it's going to reboot the input power. Okay. Well, I don't know why I did that, but I disconnected the solar panel input and then reconnected it. And now I do have a little bit of shade on my panel, but it's starting to recharge again. So there you go. I don't know why that happened. Any comments? Okay, here we are in my kitchen, and there is a Runhood on the counter, and it's just sitting there by its lonely self without any additional electrical plugins or anything like that. The time is 3:28 in the afternoon, and I'm gonna unplug the fridge and plug it into the Runhood and see how long two batteries that are in the system will last. And I'm also going to connect a power meter to that. So let's get this all hooked up. Okay, here we are. Just for video reference, there's an outlet that's not plugged in. Here's a Runhood with the refrigerator unplugged from the back wall and plugged into the power meter. So let's go ahead and power this up. All right, 99% charged. Again, time is now 3:34. Gonna hit the AC and let's see what happens. There we go. Function through, kilowatt hours, voltage, amps, watts. Still have 1 minute. Make sure that stays powered on. 1.6 watts. So, all right, I'll come back later. Again, right now it's 3:36, and let's see how long this lasts. Of course, I have 8 batteries, so this could run indefinitely if I'm still charging up the batteries. And I actually have a Blue Yeti that I can plug in the batteries to recharge them if I need to from there. And the Blue Yetis are plugged into solar. So this is a nice little option to have as far as portability and convenience. And we'll see how long these 2 batteries in this Runhood last. Okay, here we are. It's just been 3 hours. There's 6:30, and the Runhood says 4 hours left, but I think it's probably longer. The compressor's kicked on the refrigerator, so it's huffing and puffing right now, but the battery still says 76%, which is pretty good. It says output about 100 watts. And here, showing wattage use 62.7, so I think that's pushing out more watts than the refrigerator is using, of course, just to keep it powered. So there you see it's been actively working for 1 hour and 40 minutes. Interestingly enough, this device, when there's no power being consumed, the time will sort of pause. So as it cycles on and off, I suspect that the device isn't getting any actual power consumption, so it doesn't really accurately measure how long the fridge has actually been on by itself versus just power cycling. Go through the functions. Kilowatt hour, volts, currently, amps, watts low, watts high, It's a cost, which I don't have entered, and then back to watts. So my wife and I have been using the fridge like normal, but just real quick, I'm going to show you the sticker in there. That's what the refrigerator is rated at. So we'll keep seeing how it progresses. Here is a real quick update. Time is now 7:05 p.m. The fridge is not cycling right now, so if you can see, the hours left on it is 36. It's still at 73%, so I think it's going to last all night long, personally. It says it's drawing right now 14 watts, or maybe 1.4 watts. Let's take a peek here. Yeah, 1.7 watts. And that says 14, so for whatever reason, it doesn't have a decimal point on it. I don't know, maybe you can clarify it in the comments. Okay, here we are at 6.5 hours. And still showing 50%. Of course, the compressor's on. Remember, 6.5 hours, so let's look at that run time. See, 3 hours, 37 minutes that the power has been engaged. So, and I'm going to scroll through the functions. Hours, volts, amps, low, high, cost, and back to 63.5, and here's 100. Okay, so I've decided that I'm probably not going to let this run all night because it's probably going to run out while I'm falling asleep, and I still have, you know, food and meat and everything in there that I don't want to spoil, and milk. So I may throw in another battery in there, and that's the beauty about what Runhood's doing moving forward, is that they're going to be able to provide you a little connector to the batteries that have a solar recharger, so you could effectively, you know, again, say I was going to go to sleep or go to bed right now, I could throw in another couple batteries to get me at least through the night. So I think all in all, just 2 batteries alone will run this fridge at least 11, maybe 12 hours. So that's pretty good. That's good enough for at least getting to the next day to getting some sunlight and charging more batteries. So in essence, you could indefinitely continue sticking more batteries in here. As a matter of fact, while it's running right now, let's go ahead and just switch the batteries. Okay, so here we go. The fridge is currently running with the compressor on. It's still drawing 102 watts. So what I'm going to do is change out at least, I'm going to change out both of these batteries while it's still running to see how it reacts. So let's pop out one battery. And it does show that it's still got 3 lights out of 5. And it's still showing 48% charge on the front here, and it says 1 hour left, but again, it probably has more than that. So we're installing a new battery that's fully charged. Okay, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to slide that back in here. And now it's up to 73%, and it says 4 hours left. We're going to switch out the second battery. So all in all, everything's still running. There's 3 dots. I'm pretty impressed with it so far. And there it is. So Back up to 99%. And again, it says 6 hours left, but we know that it's going to last a lot longer than that, especially after the compressor kicks off. And you see, we've gone we've gone almost 7 hours, and that's reading 3 hours and 44 minutes. So again, I think it'll do fairly well, especially if you have extra batteries to run your refrigerator just off of this in case of any brownouts or blackouts. So, okay, here we are, 7:30 in the morning. Nothing's beeping because it's 2%. So I have 2 fresh batteries from 10 o'clock to 7. It's basically how long it lasted. Got me through the night, which is acceptable. And the fact that I have more batteries will definitely help in the future. So, alright, thanks for watching. So, you know what?